everybody, Kane here today with another episode of Minecraft Dinosaurs, and today we're back on the world to, well, do essentially the polar opposite of what we did last episode. We're moving on from the barren deserts to the frozen wastelands, and we're gonna get started on some of this. And my main goal is probably going to just be to work on the Megalocerus this episode. Although I have just realized, like, how many chests are here. I mean, I completely understand why I have so many chests here. I mean, if we quickly hop up here, you know, if you guys missed, if you're new and you haven't seen the mammoth episodes, this was a lot more mountain than it currently is, and we got rid of most of it. So yeah, I have a lot of resources over there from that. So we'll have to move those probably this episode, I guess, I think. But yeah, I have one last thing I want to mention, and that is I think the roadmap to episode 100 now. So I've kind of realized like what we still have to do, and what's probably going to take priority. We're gonna do this episode. Hopefully, finish off the entire Megalocerus exhibit today, or in today's episode. And the next episode or two will probably be mammoths. I think mammoths will probably take 2 episodes, mainly just because, well, one, it's just a lot of work, and there's still a lot of things I want to get done over here, and that may actually overlap with a bit of stuff over here and kind of getting that done. We need a whole nother episode just to get pathways and stuff situated. We need to decorate all of this up on top, so that's gonna take a while. And then we have some other small projects I'd like to finish over in the Ice Age area before we call it quits. So yeah, we should. Honestly, from what I'm looking at, it's probably gonna take us right up to episode 100. So episode 100 should be pretty cool. We'll get to see the entire Ice Age area just completely done. Aside from one thing that I'm like 99% sure won't be a thing. Also, I'm messing around with the emissive light for things, and I don't know, this color's kind of funky. Really is. But anyway, the one thing I won't be messing with really is the hotel. I just don't have time to get it done really, and I don't want to half start it and then go move on to other things. I mean, yes, it does mean the hotel isn't happening for a little bit, but that's also just because there's so many other dinosaur park related projects I want to work on that, you know, I kind of want to take my time and go do those, and then we'll come back eventually and do the hotel, hopefully. Did you get stuck inside the wall? How would you do that? Well, it's a good thing I have nets on me. Anyway, I'm gonna get started on the Megalocerus, and I'll bring you guys back in when I've made a bit of progress. And this is what we have so far. Just get that on my inventory, or not on my inventory, on my hotbar real quick. I've done a bit of work. It was a bit more tedious than you think. I did clear out, surprisingly, even though I'm putting more in, I did clear out a lot of the random snow because it didn't quite fit with how I wanted it to look, right? So I've had to do that by hand because all the shovels I have are too high in efficiency and therefore just destroy the entire enclosure, which hasn't been great. Other interesting improvements I've done have been making it so the Megalocerus can't get stuck in here anymore, hopefully, because I did finally get that one out. Did we only have 4? I thought we had 5. Oh, we do. Okay, that's where the other one is. There we go. Wow, we have so many male Megalocerus. I did not realize that. But yeah, so I've done that. And of course, I think one of the bigger things to notice is this stone archway I made. I don't know, I just always thought about doing that. And I think it makes this area look a bit more thematic and a bit better overall than it would have. I also put in some water, which I did kind of by layering ice. So we have the packed ice around the edge, the regular ice around the center, and then we have some water. So it's kind of like what we did with the mammoths, which I think looks really good overall. We got a big snowdrift over here, and we got another snowdrift here. So yeah, overall it's looking pretty good. I also did add the volcanic brick outline to the rest of the walkway. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do with the outside of the walkway. We're gonna kind of see. But yeah, I'm kind of remembering something that is probably important with this exhibit, and that is the fact that Megalocerus probably wouldn't live in heavily wooded areas due to the size of their antlers, right? So not like, you know, modern elk, probably more like modern caribou where they live out in the tundra. Which means I probably shouldn't put too many trees in here. And realizing this has made me kind of go like, oh, okay, oh no. Because trees are usually how I decorate things. Trees are how I take up all the empty space. Trees are how I make the exhibit not look so like, sometimes. I mean, I think overall the exhibit looks really good. I'm just saying, you know, like sometimes when you have just these big stretches of stone wall, it doesn't look as good. Although to this exhibit's credit, the stone around here, like the rock formations are just really cool looking and really awesome. I need to get rid of that one, but I mean, even this, I'm considering just doing what we did over there, just bringing this in and making it look super cool. I know at one point we'd considered putting like a tar pit down here, but I don't think that's gonna work either, just because of how the pathways are. I mean, I guess of course we could just kind of like make a small like indent to the path over here, and then we could tear this out, but we'll see. We'll see what I end up wanting to do. But yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna put a bit more work in. We're gonna get a few more snowdrifts done, and I might put in 1 or 2 trees, probably not too many. Gonna try and leave this fairly barren. And yeah, that should be hopefully most of the work done. So I'll catch back up with you guys when I have done that. All right, and here we are back in the Megalocerus, and everything's looking pretty awesome. I have actually decided for the first time really, to not put any trees in, which feels kind of weird, I won't lie. But at the same time, when I finally finished, now some of you might be like, oh, this is all you're doing today? Like, you know, this isn't tons of work, you know, trust me. Once you start making things like this, you will understand why I'm only doing this exhibit today and why the mammoths are gonna take more than 1 episode to finish, because doing these snowdrifts is one of the most painful things I can do, and I don't really want to sit down and do it for like a couple hours and do more of it. I just want to get it done with. But yeah, so I finished getting all the snowdrifts in, so we got a couple. It looks really nice, and adding the grass in because I have connected textures with Optifine also just looks amazing. It all kind of works together really well in my opinion. We also have obviously our hay bales, which work really well, or not work really well. They look pretty good, I think, overall. I think they add an interesting little bit of extra color to the exhibit, a bit more life to it as well. I want to show everything off, but it apparently is nighttime, and that's not very good. Come on, let me sleep, game. Let me sleep. There we go. There we go. There are a lot more snowdrifts than I guess there are in the mammoth enclosure, but I think it still looks pretty good overall. Like, I don't know, it has a very cool feel to it. I quite like it a lot. This part does feel, like I said, it does look a bit more, I think, melty than the mammoth one does, but I still like it. I think I've done a good job here. I think it gives a lot of interest and color to it. I did have to make sure I didn't put any snow under here really though, because realistically there wouldn't be much snow underneath the giant rock overhang. Although I did put some there, but I think that looks fine. But yeah, I think this looks really awesome overall. I'm really, really happy with this. We've done a good job here. It makes Megalocerus look a lot more interesting, and maybe we'll throw in some trees next episode if I really do decide that I think this exhibit needs that. But as of now, I think it's fine. I think this looks pretty good on its own. And plus, I could always come back and do even more rock work later and kind of get more of that stuff done. Again, though, working with this much snow for this long really just takes it out of me. And I don't really feel like working on anything else today. But I think this is good. The exhibit looks way more complete than it did, because if you remember, we left it, when we finished adding them in, we basically just had a fence, and that was it. So I think this looks a lot nicer, this looks a lot more complete, it looks more like an actual exhibit, and I think those are all great things to finish and get done with. But yeah, pretty happy with this. It is making me think we need some sort of viewing like platform or something maybe up here for this exhibit, and we'll see about doing something like that maybe. Could be interesting. But yeah, I think next episode is the mammoths. I'm gonna have to make more nets to capture these guys for sure. But yeah, we just kind of got to finish so much snow. So much snow, it's kind of ridiculous. But yeah, we just got to finish all that and then probably get to work on some of the surrounding terrain and just finish that up. If anything though, I'd say the biggest project ahead of us isn't either of these exhibits or anything else exhibit wise. It's this top of the hill here, and then it's connecting the path up with the terrain and then doing all the special stuff I wanted to do with the terrain. We got a lot of stuff left to do over here to really finish this area off, but I think once it gets completed, it'll be awesome. I think as well, you know what I should do? I should really get the waterfall in. I think that's something I really should get done, because that's just gonna look really awesome, and it's really gonna tie this into that a bit more, which should be pretty cool. Oh, there was one other thing I wanted to work on, and I can go quickly run over there. Where is it? It's like right back here, I think, if I look at the mini map. I want to, because I still want to do some sort of building type thing, but we're not going to do the cafe because I don't have an idea for that yet, and we're kind of doing something else with that. And B, speaking of which, if you want to know what we're doing with the Dodo Cafe, go join the Discord and the link down in the description below. We got the information on that there. But anyway, I want to work on terraforming over here for an episode or two. I want to bring this into the rest of the terrain, like make a new hill here. I'm gonna make a hill kind of like, or like a cliff face right along this side of the pathway, and I want to build the plaza. I think we can build the plaza and have enough time to like make it look really nice and all that kind of stuff. I think that there's plenty of time for that. There just isn't time to do, you know, like a hotel, because that's gonna take many episodes to do. But yeah, other than that, we got so much cool stuff happening. I know I've mentioned this a lot the past few episodes, but I'm just so happy with how everything is coming together. Like, just how unified everything is starting to feel. It's awesome. It's absolutely amazing to see and kind of see how everything's kind of coming together. And I think maybe I do need to bring the clay into the mountain a bit more to kind of bring the two together. But yeah, overall, again, still super happy with how everything's looking, and I'm very excited to finish the zoo. Or finish this part of the zoo, not finish the zoo. But yeah, anyway, I hope you guys all enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and until next time, guys, see ya.